Welcome along, everybody. Welcome along. Welcome back to Reviews and Previews with me, Mark Fanning. It's been a while since we've been on YouTube. I've got a lot of volume over my Instagram page that I tend to share stuff out on Reels. But yeah, we're going to bring it back to the YouTube channel. I think it's just easier for me to share the links out on all my platforms this way. But check out Mark Jason 86. Most of my socials are Mark Jason 86. But yeah, I'm glad to be back here on YouTube. Look, I done a preview today for the first day of the Craven meeting at Newmarket. A preview the first four races. It's kind of what I'm going to do going forward for a lot of the racing. I'll preview the racing. We're going to be more news friendly as well. Touch on some new subjects, but yeah, it's good to be back here on YouTube. I'm going to do probably the first four races again, do a little Lucky 15 like I done today. We banged in the first winner today, 12 to 1. That was always a good start when you get in the first one over the board. But really I'm super excited to be looking forward to the racing tomorrow in Newmarket, the Craven Stakes. And I'm really looking forward to getting these clues for the classics going forward. We're going to be in the Dante fairly soon. We're going to also have Chester coming up. Really, this is my time to shine as a racing enthusiast and fan. Like most of anyone that tunes into my channels are, these are the kind of races we look forward to. But yeah, we started today and I tipped More Thunder to win the first. He did so very impressively. First star for William Haggis, Tom Marquand, since coming from the retired Michael Stout yard. Absolutely got rolling in the end and hosed up by a length and three quarters to win a 10 to 1. We was freely 12 and 14 when I said it this morning. Then we went to the Fielding Stakes. It was a listed contest over mile one. Andrew Balding absolutely on fire at the minute. Oisin Murphy combined here with Almeric 11 to 4. I selected Green Storm in the race. Thought it was going to be placed. Ended up being fourth. But the winner won very well. Then we went to the Earl of Saffron Stakes, Group 3 over mile 1. And Raymond and Richard Han combined here with Persica 3 to 1. The horse I selected, First Conquest, finished back in third, about 5 lengths back in third. And then we went to the feature race on day one. That was the Nell Gwyn Stakes, Group 3 for the fillies over the 7. And we seen a very impressive winner here. I think that could be bang thereabouts in some of the top races for the season as a 3-year-old. John Gosling, Kieran Schumacher in the colours of Judgment. Zanzoom, remember that name, Zoom Zoom. Zanzoom is her name, 9 to 1. She ran out a very good winner, or length 3/4 from Celestial Orbit back in second. But we're going to kick straight on to day 2 of the Craven meeting, which features the Craven. We're going to kick on with day 1. It's a 150 start, 6 furlong contest, a 3-year-old, 14 runners declared here, 3-year-old handicap. I like one here at a bit of a price, around 10 to 1 in a minute. Clive Cox, David Probert. I'm a big fan of David Probert. I think he's very underappreciated, and he's a top class rider, this David Probert. Rides a lot of Andrew Ballings, especially when Oisin's not around, but diligently takes the mount here. Be good to see him bang in here one for Clive Cox. This lad signed off the campaign last year, gained his first win in one of those big handicaps around York over 6 furlongs. Beat Arizona Blaze that day by a head, a battling head. But Arizona Blaze went out and won the other day in France. I think that was a Group 3 in France. The form stacks up lovely here, especially coming back after his first run. I think coming in now as a 3-year-old, Clive Cox loves these types of races, loves these sprinters here. 9 to 1, you're probably going to get an extra place. You'll probably get 4 places on the day. You're definitely going to get 3. And I just think diligently each way at 10 to 1 gets the vote for me. Then we're going to go to the second race on the card. This is a super tough contest, a 15-runner mile maiden. Don't really have much to go on here. Obviously, none of these have ran, but I would take a look at 70 for Richard Hannon and Pat Dobbs. Richard Hannon has sent out a juvenile winner this year already, his first juvenile runner, the first meeting at Doncaster. It's not the Brocklesby, but I remember on the very first day in the ammo colours, David Egan combined. Yeah, it was the Brocklesby, wasn't it? That's the first 2-year-old race of this season. He won there, so Richard Hannon's 2-year-olds are always forward. I think 70 here in the colours of Julie Wood, who knows she's had a few good ones down through the years. At 16 to 1, I'd take a chance. The other one I'd put a little euro, €2 each way, is the Brian Ream runner, Cosmo Goodspeed. At Churchill, 2-year-old out of a mare called Gin Blossom, who to run on the flat for Joseph O'Brien. Harry Davis, big fan of Harry Davis, takes the mount here, 33-1. That you could do worse than having a euro each way on that. So those are my two in the mid, and then we're going to go straight to the penultimate race before the Craven. That is the phone is ringing. I should have put this on Do Not Disturb. This is the Abernant Stakes, or Group 3 over 6. 3-year-olds plus 7 declared here. Trappy little contest this. I was looking at it there between Romantic Style and Sarja from Andrew Farb, who sends him over, and it's very hard to beat when he sends one over. Rushing Murphy takes the ride, and then the warm favourites, Romantic Style, winner in Maidan last, with Bill Buick in the saddle, even money. But you want to take a chance here, maybe one at a little bit of each way price. I know you have 7 runners, you get 2 places, but just take a little chance with this one, Apollo 1, especially for the lucky 15 for Peter Clutterbuck. Danny Tuddup takes the mount. I really was taken with this performance back in Ascot over 6. That was a Group 3, won a length from Jafara back in second. So I just think there could be more to come here. Well, not more could come as a 7-year-old now, but we'll have the experience in the race. And at 15-2, I'd rather take a chance here with Apollo 1. You know what you're going to get with Apollo 1. And then we're going to go to the Craven Stakes. As I said, this is the feature race of the whole Craven meeting. The meeting revolves around this race. It's for the colts, 3-year-olds. This is going to see what maybe runs in the Guineas or the Derby over the mile. This is a very interesting race. I'm really looking forward to this just to watch alone. I was trying to decide on which I was going to go for. I narrowed it down to the 2 Charlie Appleby runners, but I'm going to have to side with Amore City here for William Buick. He obviously has the choices in his mounts, and I just think the last run in Del Mar last year, when he finished 3rd in the juvenile Group 1 at the Breeders' Cup, he was only being less than a length. I think it could have been just over half a length behind Henry Matisse, who's won this year as well. So I think Amore City here, the fact that William Buick chooses him over Upper Ballo, who I was very taken with on his 2 performances this year, and James Dyle takes the ride. So at 6-1, I'd rather take a chance here on Amore City. You're definitely going to get 3 places at the minute. At 6-1, he's definitely an each way place. And the one I would just keep an eye out and have a little watch on is the apt name The Watcher here for Carl Burke and Clifford Lee. Now, he has won some minor contests around Newcastle and Wolverhampton, but was very taken in those performances. Obviously not up to the class of these yet, but look, he can only step up. So he might run okay each way at a price. The Watcher, definitely, as I said, very aptly named, and could be the one to watch to see what he do going forward. But I'm going to definitely take a chance here with Amore City. I think it's 6-1. He represents tremendous value each way for William Buick and Charlie Appleby. Charlie Appleby has won 2 of the last 4 renewals of this race and knows which ones to put in here. So yeah, it's interesting that William Buick definitely had the choice. So yeah, Amore City for me. I'm not going to harp on any more about it. So those are my 4 races I'm going to preview. The very first 4 races on the card. There's still a cracking couple of races to come after that. And of course, there is some cracking contests in Cheltenham, which I am not previewing, but I just think it's very much so watching. No more so than the duel that's going to be for champion trainer. William Mullins is a little bit behind, but look, it all comes down to the big races, and there's some good prize money on offer in Cheltenham today. Well, tomorrow, but today, by the time you see this, it's only an hour to go to tomorrow. It's 11 p.m. here, but yeah, that's going to be some interesting racing there, just for that reason alone. So I'll be glued to Cheltenham just for the spectacle more so, and the camaraderie of the championship. But yeah, look, it's going to be some top class racing in Newmarket. There's also a cracking contest down in Gorn there for an evening meeting. Actually, I might get down to it if I have a chance. But the Craven Stakes, for me, it all revolves around that. We're going to see what these 3-year-old colts are going to be like. This is you can make a case for a lot of these in the Craven, but I'm just narrowing it down. Amore City for me at each way value at 6-1 at the minute. And the one I would keep just a close eye on is the Watcher, just to see what he does and progresses. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Goslin's horse comes alive here again, Field of Gold. But yeah, it's going to be some cracking racing. We're very much looking forward to the weekend's action too in Fairyhouse. I'm lucky enough I'm going to be there. I probably won't get to see much of the racing in Fairyhouse as I'm going to be working there, but it's going to be some atmosphere up there, like the 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, and all revolves around Bile Sports Grand National Monday. I'm going to do a preview for those races. I'm going to come back live here on YouTube. I think it's just the best way for me to keep everyone together. At least I have my YouTube following here, and I can share the links out on all my other socials. So it's good to be back here on YouTube, as I said. Really looking forward to the Craven meeting. We've had a lovely winner today, 12-1 for 4 selections. So hopefully we get on the board again tomorrow. Really looking forward to Craven itself, Moray City for me each way. I can see it running a cracking race, but I can also see a lot of them stepping up. But that's what we're going to see here. What is going to step forward from being 2-year-old to 3-year-old, and see where they're going to go forward for either the Guineas or the Derby, or if they've got the credentials to do so. So yeah, I've been harping on probably around routes here for the last few minutes. So look, I'm going to sign off. As I said, I'm going to come back on, preview all the racing for Fairyhouse over the weekend. There's some cracking contests, not alone. As I said, the feature race on Monday, the Bikesports Irish Grand National, but there's some great Grade 1 action up there as well, and some nice handicaps, which you all know I love. Anyway, again, it's good to be back on YouTube, but I can't do it without your support. So all you have to do is hit the likes and hit the shares, get in the comments, and yeah, we'll see everybody again very soon. Cheers, guys.